I want to write a poem tonight. Something that will somehow loosen all the useless words lodged in my throat. Force whatever's in me into a pile of scribbled notes I can rearrange along the walls of my bedroom. Somehow tie the words Paris, Beirut, and Garissa, Kenya to one another inexplicably linked so that you cannot think of one without the other. I want to write a poem tonight. Some impossibly inadequate form of verbal protest that will lay to rest the pain battling out on college campuses across the states. Something that will neither be safe for my listeners nor invite ignorance and sister hate to reclaim space where they have long lay festering. A grand apology that will not speak for everyone but allow everyone to speak, to sing, to spit, curse, and stomp until it is enough. I want to write a poem tonight, to make this sorrow we are carrying immortal, to compose our many voices so that even if we cannot listen to one another, our discord and harmony will somehow open and empty past prejudice and abuse we have been carrying for far too long, strapping to ourselves, desperate for freedom, and forgetting that once one is blown to the stars, it will be impossible to breathe. I want to write a poem tonight, but the task is not only daunting but haunting. My waking moments driven to distraction, silence is oppression, and I'm guilty of inaction, but fingers sicken. My throat fills with fur, thickly coated with half-formed words, forming only one stable thought, one recurring dream, that in sensing my distress, you would suddenly text me. How can I, weighted down with the world, turn to fickle thoughts of love? Let my mind choose, excuse myself from sharing in this grief and hope, just hope, that perhaps you too have cut loose. We will find each other in the shadows, and watch it burning from a distance, hold our heads high enough to see, and hold hands tight enough to feel the soft thump of slow-moving blood. Thump, thump, thump. Is that why people are always seeking love? Only when pressed close enough do we not only remember but allow ourselves to be involved. Let relief flow high above our heads, realizing that we have two lungs that never forgot how to breathe. Thump, thump, thump. Yes, the radio perpetually doling out doses of overplayed 80s, free R&B, every movie, acting out the same hit notes to people either losing love, rekindling love, or finding someone new. This retelling is sinking in slow like caffeine addiction, numbing deep-rooted pain, succumbing to the hope of someone else's understanding. We are a world that is grown up thinking love is the only feeling true enough to die for. Perhaps that is why, confronted with this past week's carnage, I set my hopes and preoccupations strangely on you. I want to write a poem tonight, but I don't think the world would listen even if I did, so I'm writing this poem to you. Newfound crush or undiscovered lover because the feeling I get when you smile drives the panic inside me under. Poems of fear that despite Google Translate, you will never figure out how to relate one continent to another. Forgives my refusal to participate in this losing battle where points are given to the most oppressed, the most other. I want to ask you a series of questions, a strange speed dating session, if you will, in which small talk is forbidden and even cruel honesty permitted. Could you tell me, potential lover, when was the last time you said sorry? Have you experienced the power of accepting criticism from someone you hate, and afterward, did you feel only a little that it was possible for you two to relate? Do you know what it feels like to be the minority, constantly searching for someone who looks and feels and thinks like you? If you had to decide between the two people you love died, how would you choose? My apologies for the rashness. My question surprised even me, but I'm trying to avoid people who lack altruism and empathy because the world over that's what I'm beginning to see. Okay, now it's your turn. Probe away, ask any questions, lay down your demands, but please have pity, I pray. Don't ask me how to solve the refugee crisis in Europe, or how to calm recent terror in France, how to make people take a stance against Islamophobia, or state of emergency security so that we can avoid future suicide insurgency. I don't know what to consume poems for by Black and brown Americans who resent how successful and splitting into white space. But I wish that I could explain how demanding change is not the only thing it will take. Perhaps this is too much for the first date, the fourth, or let alone an almost pre-crush inquiry, but I want to write a poem tonight, and I'm looking for someone who wants to write it with me. Together, we will be like Abdul Kermis, father of Malik and Ali, who threw himself on one of the favorite farmers before blowing others to eternity. Together, we will be like Ludwig Bombas, who stood fast in front of his female companion, shelled with bullets, refusing to abandon the fact that there is something stronger than hate. But it depends on the choices we make, and that is why, even though my heart is heavy and the world feels darker than usual, I'm sitting, waiting, willing, to scream myself when to light up, hoping that you too are hoping for a radical life.